Okay, what's going on, people? Am I live or is YouTube messing with things again? Well, let's get this party started, though. I want to do some incursions tonight. Oh, it looks like I am live. Cool. I want to do some incursions tonight. There's not a whole lot of time left, as you can see by the title that I'm using. Time's almost up. You don't really have much more time available. You got 4.5 days. This is like the final round of incursions. And I heard there was even a little bit of an exploit that took place. Where apparently people were able to maybe get a few extra crystals or something like that. I'm not looking to do that, though. I'm looking to get all of these shards, and artifact goodness. All this stuff, man. There's a lot here. I think people maybe sometimes underestimate the rewards that you can get in the incursions. Pretty beefy. And I kind of just want to do a push. See how far I can get tonight. And then, holy, what the hell? What the hell is this, you guys? There's so many super chats. This is what I see. There's like more super chats than actual chat. Maybe not quite, but still. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. Thank you guys for all of them super chats. I wish I could slap each and every one of you. But I don't make the rules, and that means, well, there could only be 2 slaps tonight. Not 1, but 2. Slap. Thank you very much to Deadpool Don and Salty. Thank you both. Deadpool Don said, let's go. Hi. What up, dude? Salty just saying, hello and so close. Well, hey, you still got it. Yippee. Mario Mendoza. Oh, just by this much. Thank you for the buck. But you just missed out on the slap. But still, thank you. I do appreciate the buck. So close yet so far. We go again another day. That's what I'm talking about. We go again. Dude, thank you very much. And Brian Ortiz also with the 50 MX is also just barely missing. Swing of the miss. Dude, thank you so much, though. All 4 of you. What's up, everybody? Hopefully you guys are doing well tonight. By the way, I've commenced ranking up champions. That's right. I've ended my I'm not I don't want to spoil who I'm ranking up. I've only ranked up 1 additional champ that you guys haven't seen yet. But I've started to rank up some champs again. That's not what tonight's going to be about, though. But just throwing that out there. Just because. Today, we're going to hit the incursions, of course. Man, I so badly want to play. I want to rank 3 my Venom just because I think he'll be really fun in incursions. Is that the case? Or does he kind of suck for incursions? I can see it going either way. I can see it being pretty fast, but also easy to get roadblocked. Not this bald man. What's up, Clarissa? How you doing? Maybe you got a question. Is Doom or Herc better? Rank 5 and ascended to 6-star. Want to complete Act 8. Hercules is the most overpowered champ in the entire game. So, yeah, I'd recommend going Hercules. They're both very strong, though. If you just have a preference of Doom, that's fine. But my recommendation is Herc. I don't know if you remember me, but I now have around 6 stars now with 11k power Ironheart being my strongest. Nice, dude. Keep it going. Could only go up from here. Keep it going. Okay. Let me get started here though. Let me see. ABG, you got to be part of the playback crew tonight because the wife doesn't feel well. Ah, well, that's too bad. About the playback thing, not about your. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I hope your wife feels better. So I got the TV off. Kick-ass and incursions. Hey, chat. The MCOC show. Oh, did you change your name? Samaritan now, huh? Okay. All right. Let's do this though. I think. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna. I think I'm just gonna stick with my normal go-to team. Let's do it. We'll get you involved, and then we'll start it out with Herc, and then we'll swap Angie in, and yeah, that'll be good. Although I'm not running recoils. I kind of like the setup more when I'm running recoils. That's fine. Let's just do it. I didn't change my name, just my other account that had YouTube Premium. Oh, okay. Gotcha. What up, Deej? Change this to Sector 6. That's what I need to do, right? All right, let's try to really keep a good pace going here because a lot of zones to cover. So, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. You doing X Magic or normal? X Magic was last time. The Saga, though, you're talking about? I did the Saga one already. That is done. I did all 15 zones on that. Alright. Let's hope for something good here, man. What do we have? I kind of want to do like a stun lock thing. Do we have that here? When a damaging debuff expires on the opponent, gain an indefinite bulwark passive. Nope. Don't care. All attackers' ability accuracy, increase attackers' ability accuracy by a flat 10%. Increase the potency of all attack enhancement hacks by 50%. If the attacker has a relic equipped, double the potency. Okay. Do these ones all kind of suck? I feel like this is a bad start. Inflicting damage over time, debuff has a 50% chance to inflict armor break. Yeah, these kind of all suck, huh? Here's what I'm going to do, you guys. Let's get out of here. Let's quit out. The champs will be good to go again soon. I need to hit the Apothecary anyway. So, Apothecary it is! Oh, man. Yeah, let's just do that. I thought about going in with some different champs, but no, it's just... It ain't worth. It's 5 minutes. Let's clear this out real quick. Okay. Let's go up. My mom's boyfriend who plays this game with me got hype as his first 6-star. Ooh, Hyperion, huh? I told him how lucky he was. Yeah, super lucky. BG, I've been watching your content for a while. Love it and keep it up. Ah, Gabriel, well, thank you. Appreciate it. What's up, BG? What's incursions farming? Incursions farm, it's just like doing an incursion push. You know, I call it farming just because it's not like if you're it's the best way to put it. If you like, all right, imagine you can get residual rewards from like Act 8, or not residual, but just different sets of rewards, but you already got like the biggest chunk of rewards from you know, the first time clear or exploration or something like that. But let's just say there were other things in the path. That's kind of what I'm doing. I already did the biggest challenge for incursions. I probably use the same thumbnail there too anyway. But now I'm just kind of farming it for whatever else I can get out of it. And honestly, there's even more potential, kind of, since we can go to zone 25 rather than just zone 15. But yeah, I usually call it incursion farming either way. But that's where that comes from, at least. If you're ever like, why does he call it that? No one else calls it that. I don't know, it just makes sense in my brain, at least. I've only finished Act 5. What's a good mission that gives good ISO? You really just got to dupe champs to get good ISO. I don't recommend farming the same quests over and over for ISO. It's all just about trying to explore new stuff. The arena gives a good amount of ISO too, though. You might not think that it's that impressive at first. But just because of all the crystals you get from the milestones, you'll be able to get ISO that way. You can get ISO from playing Battlegrounds and, you know, spending trophy tokens on shards to open more crystals. There is the side quest store that has like one of the offers for it that takes the Mysterium, this currency. That has pretty good ISO in it. Yeah. That's pretty much off the top of my head some good ISO sources. BG, did you make any decisions on rank ups? I did a little bit. Seemed pretty determined after last night's stream. So I said at the start of this stream, I finally started ranking some champs. Only one in particular, but then after the stream's over, I'm gonna get back to it and actually burn rank up resources. So yeah, I didn't want to rank too much before the stream just in case I went to my roster and then I'd spoil things. So but yeah, right after the stream, I'm gonna be recording whoever I rank up, which I'm not fully decided on yet. And where do you get Ascension Dust from? A lot of it's... There are sources in the side quest. There's some in the event quest as well. I don't know if all... Do any of the difficulties have it other than the Power Gauntlet? Now that I think about it. I don't know if they do. I don't know that they do. Oh, you guys. Hello. This will be for the Crucible right here. Hell yeah. Perfect. What are the other sources of Ascension Dust? I think I mostly get it from the Power Gauntlet and maybe side quest stuff. There's got to be someplace else, though. If I get too much of it, that can't be it. Oxygen, thank you for the CHF. Saying, ABG, Twitter when you can, please. Wish you had an amazing day. Hey, I did have a good day. Hopefully you have a good day, too. Let me see. What do we have? What is this? I could have had better picks, but just for fun, I pick up all the 7-star rank 3 to have a full draft of them. Dude. And this is... Wait, what? So these are all rank 3. I mean, you ended up taking Mangog here, though, right? Not the cow? Because it looks like you're taking the cow. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, this is your opponent drafting. Oh, duh. I'm an idiot. Honestly, I'm just surprised that they're taking the cow over Mangog. That's what I'm surprised at. Very interesting. Either way, dang, man. Full team of rank 3s. You know, before long, that's how it's going to feel every game. It's all going to be rank 3 or higher before we know it. Probably still a little ways out from that, but, you know. Battlegrounds and Arena aren't choices for me. I don't have balanced teams to run them decently, but thank you. Okay. Understandable. That'll come in time. Yeah, someone said the Glory Store, too. You get tier 6 ISO if you have enough Glory. That might be a good place. Not sure. I haven't looked at the Glory Store in a bit. Is it worth to put 1 point in recoil? No. The only time that you want to pop a point in recoil is if you're able to max out the masteries behind it. Liquid Courage and Double Edge. And if you're able to do that, you'd only want the 1 point in recoil. Recoil is a mastery that nobody wants. It's just there because the masteries behind it are so strong that there needs to be some kind of way to balance it out by, you know, giving you like a negative effect. But other than that, the mastery is pretty bad for 99.9% of champs. There are exceptions. There's always exceptions, but in most instances, bad mastery. Yo, Bobbin, yo, BG. Ever watch Borat? Yeah. There's more than one Borat, right? There's just two? I watched the first one. I didn't watch the second one. I watched it when it came out. Which, dude, what year is that? I'm gonna guess 2007? Hold on. Borat release date. 2006. I was about to say 6, and then I said 7, but it's close because it's November of 2006. That's basically right. Anyway, just saw it for the first time, and I can't believe it took me this long to watch it. Hilarious. It's pretty... I mean, from what I remember, it was pretty funny. I wonder if I would still, you know, laugh if I watched it today. Because I remember going into it thinking it wasn't going to be funny. And then I was like, oh, it's pretty funny. The guy, what is his name? Sacha Baron Cohen or something like that, right? I think I messed up his name. But the main dude. That guy just seems like a funny guy. In general. Anyway, alright. We're done here. We're done here. Let's get back to incursions. Hey BG, for the first time since I started playing 6 years ago, I finally went for a champion in the arena and I did 120 mil for the leader. Okay. Years ago, I would have never thought my roster would get this far. Nice, man. That's, in my opinion, that's one of the most satisfying things about this game is you kind of look ahead and you're like, dang, man, I'll never be able to do that. But eventually you get there. And I don't know, it just feels good kind of like putting your roster to the test like that, right? Okay, let's pull in these champs again, though. Do I even need... I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I was gonna say, do I even need to bring in Odin right away? But let's just do it. He plays Ali G too, one of the funniest actors on the planet. So I've never, I know that about him, but I've never seen that show. So I think that was just a show, right? I remember when Borat came out and people I worked with were like, you know, excited because they had seen that show. Ooh, I'm so glad I restarted. All right, we're taking buff corn. Done deal. Let's move. Honestly, I think that's the only thing I've seen him in is Borat, but he just seems like he'd be a funny dude in other stuff. Why am I looking at this? Let's just go. What am I doing? Ah, see Loom, you may have caught one of the rank ups that I did. Good eye. Dang it. Yeah. For a second there, I was about to go in with Herc. Would have been a mistake. Gee, how's your all champs sig up going? I mean, it's going. I'll never get every single champ sigged up, but I just took another champ to sig 200 today, actually. So why'd I throw this? Oh man, you guys don't look at me. I'm not a Gallon player regularly, and even though I knew what to do, I did the complete wrong thing here. Okay. He did. Let's move on. Is Warlock good? Because I kind of want him, but I don't know if he's that good or not. Warlock's very strong. Very easy to play. And just has like a very solid utility all around. He's got like I consider him to be the most powerful champion of the sort of Act 5 utilities. Act 5, what you need is poison and bleed immunity, and you need to prevent the opponent from healing. And he just has all those covered. Maybe most powerful. I don't know that we need to quantify it that way, so maybe I take back saying that, but I think he's like kind of the most straightforward of champs that has all that utility. Maybe that's a better way to put it.
Man loves beans.
Okay. We've got all this stuff going. Let's put that on old Herc here. Even though I knew what to do, I did the complete wrong thing here. Story of my life. Ah, Bobbin. I think that's the story of many of our lives. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes. I need to get a heavy attack on this guy. There we go. And now we can kill him. Azel, thank you very much for the buck saying, ABG, I'm currently trying to complete Act 6, currently on 6.2.2. I have a few rank 3 6 stars, but I'm unsure if I should keep focusing on getting new 6 stars and ranking them, or focus on some of the god tier 5 stars I have sitting at rank 1. Would just hate to waste resources. Well, I understand the idea of not wanting to waste resources, but the faster you can progress, the more that those resources will almost be irrelevant, because you'll be moving on to bigger and better resources. So I think up until you get to high ranked 6 stars and 7 stars, you don't really have to worry so much about wasting resources. It's just do whatever it takes at all costs. I mean, not really at all costs. Don't, like, you know, have someone else play the game for you or anything like that. Don't cheat, you know. But in terms of using your resources, do whatever it takes to kind of push into some of the later acts, you know. So I think it's fine to rank up 5 stars when you're at a place where you just have like a few rank 3 6 stars. Like, for instance, if you have a 5-star Hercules, rank him up. Give him every last resource you got. The Awakening Gem, the Sig Stones, Ascension Dust. Yeah, throw it all his way. It depends. The thing is, you can't, like, I wouldn't recommend that for every champion. You know, there's a few exceptions. Hercules is one. Magneto is another good one. Just because he beats bosses so well. And yeah, bosses, that's where a lot of people get stuck and have to use a lot of consumables to get through. And if you could save those consumables, then you can kind of just keep pushing a little bit further than otherwise would have been able to. You know, there's some others. It's very situational. But all right, let's get my girl in here. I hope that helps, though. I hope it makes sense. I think, yeah, I for sure take this one. I like the special refund as well. Special attacks consuming less power, but let's go with this. And then any notes here? Not that I really need to be checking. Just fight Blade. Yo, Philly Fox with the 10. Philly Fox saying, "Sup B, stayed up late to ask if you plan on testing Enchantress / watching her deep dive." Philly Fox already did. Her spell kit is absolutely massive, and I would love to see you attempt to play her or react to it. Pretty nuts. So I did that a couple nights ago, where like the night of the live stream that Kabam did. I think she looks awesome. Her spell animations are crazy. It wasn't the full deep dive. Whoops. I guess that's fine. It wasn't the full deep dive because, you know, it's just whatever they showed in that video. In that live stream, I mean. Which is like part of the deep dive. It reminds me of... for any of the Dota 2 players out there, not that I suspect that there are many in the chat, but sometimes there are. It reminds me of Invoker from that game. Invoker, you were able to kind of have like a spell book as well. And in Dota, that was a lot more difficult to do, so I barely played that hero. But in this game, I kind of really like the idea. Like, I like Mystic Champions. I like the ability to, you know, be able to throw out different spells for utility, to just build up her damage in different ways. I don't know that I'll play her. So, here's... Like, I was pretty sure, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to give her a try, and who knows if I'll end up liking her or not, but I want to give her, like a fair shot. But then I heard something that was kind of discouraging, which is that she is meant to be a defender or a champ that's useful in long-form content. Now, based off of what we saw in the video, it didn't seem like that was... Oh, Jesus, dude. I'm fighting so poorly against this Guardian. It didn't seem like was like her only use case, and maybe She's just better on defense than she is offensively, but who knows? She could still be good offensively. A champ like Bullseye that was pretty clearly meant to be an insane defender. Turns out he's really strong on offense too. So, yeah, it might be the same way in this case. This fight sucks. But here's the problem there. Even if she is good offensively, if she is meant to be a defender before she is an attacker kind of deal, or just be on defense more frequently compared to attack, that means I am not going to be playing her as much. The more complicated a champion is, the more you have to play with them frequently to understand and like not even have to think. Like you're just in the match and you know exactly what to do. It just becomes instinctual, you know? Or if you mess something up, you know how to, you know, kind of get yourself out of that situation that you may have put yourself in, that sort of thing. But if I'm putting her on defense a lot and not really playing her that much, every time I go to pick up the champion, it's going to be like learning for the first time. And, yeah, that just would end up not being very fun. So we'll see. There's still a chance that that I play with her, but that's kind of where my head's at right now. What do I want to pick up here? I think, honestly, I'm not super pumped about any one of these. And physical resistance, I mean, I don't really care about physical resistance that much, do I? Ability power rate, not really that important. Each debuff, don't really land too many of those. Heavy attack, I'm going to take the physical resistance, I guess. Let's just go. There's no champions in this game that are absurdly difficult on their own. Jeez, dude, I'm lagging pretty bad already. May have to do a quick restart. I guess I was, you know, doing some recording before the stream. But, there's no champ in this game that by themselves is, like, absurdly hard to play. It's just that we play with so many other champions that, you know, the alterations when like moving back to a champ, even if it's just like a small one, I don't know, sometimes it takes like that additional time to kind of shake that rust off, especially in the less comfortable positions, right? All right, geez, I don't know why I described it that way. Let's hope Simon didn't hear that. But like if you're fighting Winter Soldier, it's going to be fine, right? Even if it's not a champ you play all the time. But let's say you're in the incursions and you don't really have much room for error if it's a late zone or something like that. That's not really a place to kind of learn the champ, you know? Guess there's the only thing I could do is skip that. Makes sense. Yeah, the full deep dive came out today. First time I was in awe of a deep dive. It just puts into perspective how far the game has come. Totally. I'm like that with Shang-Chi. I don't play him enough to remember his combos. Yeah, that's a great example. And then it becomes more and more difficult the more time goes, you know, to kind of get back into that champ. Even a champ like Spot, let's say, right? Because Spot is a great example of, oh, I like this champ. Oh, I'm not a master at them, but I learned them, you know, proficiently enough in my, you know, play test. Let's rank him up and let's throw him in a Battleground deck. But because he wasn't as ranked up as some of my top champs were, I ended up not picking him that much. He was kind of a backup pick. And every time I did pick him as a backup, I'm like, oh God, all right. So, what do I, and it like, he's not even that complicated. You hold block, but then it was, I don't know, just like, oh, do I throw light attacks here or medium attacks? You know, simple stuff. But if you don't play him, you got to think about it. And then when you're thinking about it, you're not reacting to what the opponent's doing as fast as you could be normally. Suddenly you get hit by a heavy attack instead of it whiffing you, or, you know. Alan, thank you very much for the buck, saying, hey, Magic Head. Hashtag bald capgate, hashtag bald eyes, hashtag fake fan, hashtag justice for the trees. Okay, you call me Magic Head too now? I'll take it. I don't mind. It just kind of balances out the rest of the nonsense, the absolute BS that you're spewing with them hashtags. I was gonna say let's use Angie for this one, but no, let's go Herc. Let's Herc it. Medium, light, medium. You did. That's a 6-hit. You can't do the 4 lights there. I get it. It was only supposed to be 3. But then you said medium. You say easy, heavy restarts everything. Special 2 fire. Yeah, but we all know that that's the combos. But what do each one of those ones do? That's the challenging part. The part that you left out. And again, it's not that challenging. If you play him regularly, it's second nature. What's difficult? Nothing. But if you take a month between playing Shang-Chi, oh crap, which one was the cleanse or whatever, you know? You gotta think. All right, I'm gonna do a quick restart just because, like I said, things are a bit laggy, and the last thing I want to do is disconnect and lose all of my pre-fight stuffs. So, real quick. Yo, Torrance with the 10 saying, what is good, BG? Yeah, let's give a big shout out to the chat. Oh, yeah, Torrance. Always shout out the chat. Dude, Torrance, thank you so much for the 10. Really appreciate you, man. Thank you. Hopefully you had a good day. Hopefully it wasn't even a work day, but hopefully it wasn't crazy at work. If it was, dude, thank you very much for the 10. The support, as always, much appreciated. Okay. Thought I heard a crazy noise. All right, let's. Let's just go up the middle. Yeah. Let's do that. Why, you ask? I don't know. Would have been just as easy to go left. But let's not. All right. Yeah, before I forget, I am going to throw these on Angie. Because I feel like by the time I actually need her for something, I will have forgotten. So, let's do it. Do you think MCOC has fallen off in any sort of way? Fallen off is a... Let's talk. I don't want to give a yes or a no answer to that necessarily, because I wouldn't describe it in that sort of way. But I will say if I think, you know, certain things have gotten, you know, better or worse over time. I think I would rather put it in that sort of way. So, I think much of this game has gotten better. I really like for the most part, all of the new stuff that Kabam has added in the last couple years. And I think it has put the game in a better place as like a complete game, with Battlegrounds and, you know, relics and just kind of allowing us to target more champions through specific crystals and things like that. Yeah, I like pretty much all that stuff. The deathless champions, right? However, I will say the one way... There's like, I mean, there's a lot of things that I could say negatively about this game, but I would say the one big negative thing I would say about this game is that it felt like in the past, I really had to work to like make sure my roster was in tip-top shape. Otherwise, I wasn't going to be able to complete the newest content. So I was pushing my roster to get that, you know, to be able to clear content. I was pushing my roster for Prestige. I was pushing my roster for Alliance War. Now, I dropped out of a competitive alliance, so those things were kind of taken away. But that means I'm getting less resources today, relative, at least, compared to in the past. Technically, Kabam has greatly upped rewards and all that, so yes, I'm getting more and better rewards today, but relative to what I could be getting. I was like maxing out the game in the past, whereas today I'm not, you know? And yet, I don't have to push my roster nearly as much as I used to back then. So it feels like I already have the answer to whatever problem Kabam is throwing my way. And when that becomes the case, well, you know, there's not as much drive to kind of, you know, take advantage of every little thing. There's, I don't know, it just doesn't have like the same feeling to it. So that part of the game, I would say, has fallen off, to use your way of putting it. The rest of it, however, I would say has not. It's a better game today, overall, I would say. But the other thing about that is just because I think it's a better game today, it's still MCOC, and no matter what game you're playing, doesn't matter how good it is, eventually you do get tired of it, and eventually you know, put your attention towards other things. So I think a lot of players have done that over the years, even though I think those players kind of cycle in and out. They leave and come back and leave and come back, you know. I gotta take strategic movement. It's just too good. All right, we got the nuts, essentially. I don't care as much about the massive armor break thing, even though that is truly the nuts if I get that one as well. And I will pick it up if it shows up. But just the fact that I have buff corn and strategic movement, I feel good. Let's move. So, yeah, I don't know if that answers your question. Each one of, like, that could be a 3-hour video, probably. No exaggeration. Probably be a 3-hour video to talk about it all in details. And hey, if you guys want to talk about it, we could talk about it, but I don't want to tangent too hard, because that is a tangent that will never end. John Law, thank you very much for the 2. Same BG birdie check, please. Okay, I still had Borat open. Let me see. Let me see. John Law, I don't know if I have a tweet from you. Refreshing. No. Oh, wait. I lied. It was sent over earlier. That's why. What? Behind the scenes of MCOC? So this is where the striker lies in wait? Oh my god. Poor Jugs. Just waiting to teleport and tap in. Dude. That's actually really cool to see. I thought you were just showing like it was a funny bug because, yeah, the camera didn't keep up or something with the fight, but wow, that's actually cool to see that, hey, the striker is back there. That makes sense because you kind of have to load everything into the fight during the loading screen. Otherwise, you know, the fight is not going to be as smooth as it could be. And hey, we already know sometimes the fight ain't that smooth. But that's funny to see, man. That was really cool to look at. Striker just back off in the distance. Daniel, thank you very much for the book. I don't see a message from you. But thank you very much. If there was supposed to be a message, I don't see anything on Twitter from you, just in case that's what it was. I'll check back with you in case there was a message, but if not, appreciate the buck. Did I see? Hold on a sec. Oh, nope. I guess I didn't. Thought I saw someone in here. Do you think it would make sense if prestige mattered in some way in non-alliance context? Bobbin, totally. Yeah. I do. I think Kabam could do a lot to... So, I won't... Again, I'm not going to go on about this for too long, because I've already done it in the past. But I think a lot of the problem of this game, and like the lack of, you know, drive and to some extent, is that the summoner is not really part of it. You know, we're called the summoner. All the emails... And, you know, when I don't know, you hear summoner a lot. They even had us in the space bubble in the motion comic, right? But we have no way of really progressing. And I think for a game as big as MCOC, I wish that there was some way. Like, even in Pokemon, it's all about the Pokemon, right? But what's the song? We all know it. I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. It's about you as the trainer, and you collect badges along with your Pokemon. We don't even have that in this game. But there could also be something tied to prestige to help progress, like on a summoner level. And that prestige could... It would still affect our roster in some way, or could still affect our roster in some way. Where, I don't know, makes certain things stronger. We do have progression titles, so I shouldn't say it's like we have nothing. There is that, of course. And I think that was one of the best additions that Kabam ever, you know, put in this game. For those that don't know, we didn't always have progression titles. Uncollected was the first one ever added. And, since then, Kabam retroactively added the progression titles leading up to Uncollected, and then, of course, added many more after. Adding the Summoner Tangent to the drink sport? Go for it. Just be careful. Drink responsibly. That one's going to come up a lot. But what up, Sanskrit? Let's see here. I do agree with you, BG. I'm progressing through Act 7 at the moment, and every time I think, oh, I'll try and rank up this random champ because he's a good counter to Boss X, I then realize I can just use CGR. Yeah. And I do think that the Crucible, which I've got open still right here, the Crucible is going to make this better, where you cannot just use one champ for everything. But even this is, you know, actually, I don't even want to say anything bad about it because it's not out yet. And I think this is an amazing step in the right direction. So let me not say anything bad. But I'll just say that there's other things that Kabam can do. Like, that's not their only way to kind of push and incentivize players to, you know, keep ranking up. Oh, God, the stun immunity. Or keep progressing in different ways. Jeez, dude, that damage. I was just getting my ass kicked and then I dropped a special. Whew. Did I say this or was I just thinking it and didn't get to this part of the tangent yet? I don't normally say this, but it kind of dawned on me the other day as to why maybe there's less to do with the actual summoner itself. That might be a Marvel thing. You know, at the end of the day, it is Marvel Contest of Champions, not you're a summoner, collect things and fight or something. I don't know. That'd be a great title, huh? But I almost wonder if Marvel's like, hey, you can make this game, but the main focus to an unbelievably unrealistic extent has to be the Marvel characters, you know? Like, that, it's always going to be the main focus. I just wish that it could be both. I knew I shouldn't go in until the second hit, but I did. It's just a guess. I don't even know if that's the way Marvel thinks, but... Okay. Anyway. I like a lot of BG takes. Shocker, I know. I think there's a lot to look forward to in the next 6 months. Curious to see what the game will be like even as early as the start of 2025. Yeah. Will be interesting. Saving up my loyalty for a 5-star awakening gem. When I get it, should I awaken Corvus or Hercules? Hercules. All in on Hercules. Most powerful champ in the game. What do I want here, man? The prowess potency is kind of nice with buff corn. Did this prowess potency used to be different? Not 50%? Or am I going nuts? Maybe it was always 50%. Yeah, you know what? Sure. I'll get some prowess here and there. Okay. PG, when are you going to see Enchantress's deep dive? 2 days ago. We looked at it after the live stream. Not the deep dive video itself, but what they showed in the live stream, which was basically almost the full deep dive. Do I need to take a left? Those champs kind of stink. Let's take a right. ABG, on a different note, who do you think is the best captain in MCOC? Not including Bay. Okay. You know, it's a good thing you put that, because I was going to say Cap Bay, because he's clearly the best. But not including Cap Bay, huh? Best captain. Do they actually have to have captain in the title? Because I don't really know captains in, like, the comics that don't already have the title. Like, people were saying Cyclops is like the captain of X-Men kind of deal. He wouldn't be the best anyway, let's be clear. That dude sucks. Hopefully he gets buffed. Best captain. I don't really like the Captain Americas that much. Cap IW for a time was clearly the best captain, I would say. But I don't really care about any of the Captain Americas. I guess, I mean, Cap Falcon, I guess, is technically the best Captain America. I always just call him Cap Falcon, though, so I didn't even, wasn't even talking about him when I said Captain America's. I don't really like any of the Cap Marvels. I kind of wish the... What version is it? The Cap Marvel that has like the black hair, like the more OG style, I guess, for the character. As far as I'm aware, at least. I kind of wish she was better, because, I don't know, I think she looks the coolest of them. Betsy, obviously. Oh, Cap Betsy. Oh, boy. Cap Sam, best captain? Yeah, it probably is Cap Sam. Good old Cap Falcon. Must be. On MCOC forum, they said year 10 will have more content coming than any previous year. So I'm excited. Interesting. Very interesting. I did not hear that. Okay. You know, World War II used to be OP tangent. Cap World War II was pretty good for his time. That's true. I still didn't like him then either, though. I actually liked Classic Cap. I remember making a video about Classic Cap. Talking about, I think, his weakness or his perfect block or something. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch it. He wasn't that good. It was just like, oh, this guy's actually better than people think he is, even though he's not that good. That's all it really was. Yeah. Let me see. What do I want here? I guess I'll take the armor break debuff potency just on the off chance. Or do I take the block proficiency? Nah, I'll take the armor break potency just in the off chance that I do get that other boss hack. That's really nice, getting a 40% increase. I feel as though so many OG champs are neglected. I mean, they're getting more attention today than they ever have. I mean, hey, Kabam is gonna update another one of the OG champs, but like they just did that to OG Iron Man and now Superior Iron Man in the next update. There was a period of time in this game that people might not remember or just might not have been playing the game at the time to know. Kabam did not buff champions. Like, they would never buff or rework champs. I shouldn't say never. That's not true. It's just that they were fewer and farther in between. Like, because technically Magic got buffed. I think Electro was in that same buff, if I'm not mistaken. There's definitely a few that got buffed. But this was like before Kabam introduced their buff program, where they started out by buffing 4 champions a month. And then they were like, okay, that's too many. We got to drop this back down to like 2. And then, okay, that's still too many. Now we're going to give you 1 every so often, but we'll also rebalance the new champs as they come out. And it's better overall. That's the thing is, I think you can look at things... I want to say objectively, but it's never objective, is it? I was going to say, you could look at things objectively of like, is the game better today or was it better in the past? They're putting in more work today. That, I think, is an objective statement. But whether it's better or not, that's still up to each individual to decide, I guess. But again, it's some of that is just the feeling of, oh, I already have everything I need. I've conquered the beast. I don't fear the battle realm anymore. You know, that's the place I feel like a lot of people are at. And thank goodness for Battlegrounds, because if it wasn't for Battlegrounds for those people, oh man. By those people, I mean me included. Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine. Pretty bad start against this Torrance. It's all good, though. Don't throw it. Don't you dare throw it. Let me intercept you or something, man. Come on. Jesus. Farther or further? Abdo. What does he hate when people get that wrong? Because I probably say the wrong thing a lot. BG, let's pretend you're a lead dev for MCOC. What's the first change or one thing you're focusing on right away? It probably is what I'm talking about, is I would see if I can get permission from Marvel to make the summoner a bigger part of progression. Again, I don't even know if Marvel is involved in something like that, but I would check that first, and then if that was okay with them, then yeah, I would crank up progression on a summoner level, an account level, more so than, okay, here's more rank up resource for... I mean, that stuff is, again, I would never take that away. That stuff would always still be there, but after that, what would I do? Nothing you guys would like. I'd make everyone's life a living hell. Sort of. Because I would make a piece of content that no one can complete. Even MSD. Which is basically impossible. But I would do it. There needs to be something hanging over people's heads. Something like I I think I think I need to talk about a different game for this to make a little bit of sense, but if I do that, so many people in here are going to be lost because you're not going to have played that game. But I guess I'll just say it this way. If we're if we're too strong relative to our environment, then who cares? That's what it comes down to. Kind of what I've already been saying, but there needs to be some larger threat. I mean, okay, think about the movies. Here's a better way of putting it. Why was the Avengers the most successful franchise ever, or whatever it is? It's because Thanos was a badass. He was, trying to kill half the population, and he was so strong that, they had to, work their asses off to be able to beat him. Spoiler. Sorry. Right? And that's missing in MCOC right now. I thought we were going to get that when Gabe a long time ago was talking about Galactus being some crazy threat in the battle realm or whatever. To this day, I don't know exactly what they were kind of alluding to or working on, but all these kind of suck. Alright, let's just take the light attacks. Sorry I was sitting there for so long. No way, BG spoiled Avengers Endgame? What the heck? I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. But that's what's missing. We're missing a Thanos in MCOC. So I would make a Thanos, and that means people would probably hate me for it, but I don't care. I think that's what the game needs. Thanos doesn't just mean a big boss encounter. Thanos is like when Kabam said, hey, Act 6 is coming out and you can't bring your 4-star champions. Hey, for Labyrinth of Legends, your 4-star champs, they're not really going to be that useful here. That's not the only way to do it, I'm not saying I would just put gates everywhere that say, hey, you can't bring your champs to this place. I'm just saying it comes in many forms. When I gave feedback to Kabam about this a while ago, I kind of used a door and a key as an example, as the analogy, where when you first download this game, there's a lot of locked doors for one reason or another. You can't get in, and when you get the right champions and you get them ranked up, hey, that's the key, and you're able to get through that door suddenly, and it feels good. It feels like you've gotten to a new point in the game, an area that you're not really supposed to be, except you powered up, so now it's okay for you to be here, kind of feeling. And yeah, so I would just want to add more locked doors that players didn't already have the answers to. Because when Necropolis came out, people already had the key. People had the key a year before Necropolis came out. How the hell are you going to work on a piece of content that big when people already had the answer to it, and there was still unlimited revives available at the time too? So what's threatening? You have the champions. You could die unlimited amount of times, virtually unlimited amount of times at least, Where's the threat? It doesn't exist. So, I would do that. Ryan the Bouncer Grant, yeah. If I worked for Kabam, my title would be Kabam A-hole or Kabam Bouncer maybe or something. I don't know. I don't care. Make me the villain. Okay. Perpetual offense seems pretty nice. Could actually boost multiplier as well. Could get Tide of Combat as well. Whenever a non-damaging debuff expires on the opponent, 50% chance to gain a Fury buff lasting 10 seconds and granting plus 35% attack rating. If the attacker has a relic equipped, gaining the Fury has a 100% chance to grant an additional Fury. I'm going perpetual offense. Oh, all right. Keep it going. There's too many champs these days to have content that is impossible for every single one of them. Not true. Absolutely not true. Again, people would think it's unfair, the things that could be added to shut people down. But this is why I think it's exciting. If every single person is shut down, then how could you really call something unfair? It's just like temporarily unfair. Again, there would be people that would be pissed off, but I don't know, man. Sometimes you need to piss people off. Let me clarify. Sometimes you need to piss people off for the right reason. Okay? You never need to piss people off for the wrong reason. It all has to do with the intent. And, I mean, mostly just the intent, honestly. So, no, you know, I'm not saying there's any excuse for someone actually being an asshole. It's just in the you know, idea of a video game that is supposed to have challenge and give players reason to you know, aspire to grow their roster and just overall power and stuff like that. In that case, sometimes it's okay to be... Dude, I regened up. I didn't even notice all that regen I got from Buffcorn, I guess. Is he gonna evade if I throw the special? Yep. Yep. I kind of knew it. That's okay. I went unblockable. Cool. Kind of weird. You want to make content no one can complete. Was Realm of Legends weird? I don't know, man. Realm of Legends seemed pretty legendary to me. I think champ level no longer really works as a door lock, as it just rewards the big whales sooner or later. Need to find new styles of door locks. I always thought back issues was good. While I understand that people who spend, they're always gonna have, like, you know, that advantage and everything, I mean, that's never not gonna be true in MCOC. I would want them to be locked out too. And sure, they would have, you know, an advantage at getting through prior to others still, but that's MCOC. Think anything that comes out can be beaten? Oh, how wrong you are. Listen, I can give an extreme example, because there's always things that can come out that can't be beaten. You could call something, you know, you could... I wouldn't do this, all right, what I'm about to say. But you could actually just be like, hey, you got to bring an 8-star champ or else, you know, you can't play here. So yes, you know, you don't have to resort to that too, though. That you could still have stuff that is eligible to everything in our rosters right now, 7 stars, 6 stars, and so on. And you could still make content that wouldn't be able to be beaten. It wouldn't be that hard. What's difficult is, you know, again, Kabam doesn't really want to make players unhappy. This is what I would want to do. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know that it'd be the best decision for the player base. If it was the best decision for the player base, Kabam likely would have done it already. Not the 8-star thing. Again, I wouldn't do that either. But I'm just saying they likely would have added something more challenging. We go crit rating for sure. Yeah. Let's do it. Brian's gonna fix MCOC with tough love. I'm not gonna do a damn thing. To be clear, we're just talking. I don't work for Kabam in case anyone's in here thinking I do and are about to go and write a nasty forum post to try to get me fired from a job I don't have. You don't have to worry. That's why I like the format of the Crucible. On paper, forces everyone to use 30 plus different champs. Can't just steamroll it. It requires planning, and I miss that. Totally. But think about, again, this is stuff we've talked about in the past, but the type of metrics that can be used to award a victory in a fight, Kabam has barely looked into any of that stuff. Every single fight is just knock out the opponent. You know, we've never seen things based off of like item restrictions. I shouldn't say never, because like technically incursions had that. I don't think anywhere else did though. We've never seen things based off of time that it takes to complete quests. These things are like soft gates, sort of, because yeah, the stronger you get your champions, well, the less consumables you're going to use, the faster you'd be able to go through it, right? But we've also never seen other metrics like, you know, how much health you can, you know, regenerate. We've never seen things that kind of take place on the map to some extent. Again, I shouldn't say never, because Kabam, they have done a bit more of that as time goes on, but it's all like really basic stuff. Like we're seeing that with the Crucible, swapping out champs. That's great. We have like the different effects that we gain in incursions. That's great. This stuff doesn't need to be random to be challenging either. So I'm not just saying like, oh, copy and paste what incursions does. No, not at all. I think there's a lot that could be done. The question is, would players be happy with it? Would Kabam make money from it? I don't want to fight this Doom. Shouldn't be that bad though. What is the Crucible? So Crucible is a new type of quest. We're called... Oh, I almost threw a heavy right there because I didn't realize he was stun immune. So... Oh, God. Hold on. I need to focus up. Stupid Doom. Shouldn't actually be difficult, and I'm getting my ass kicked. I should have just threw a special one. This is gonna hurt. Not too bad, actually. Nice. The stun immunity went away. Just in time. Where is his protection coming from? Ah, there it is. There's the one where you have to counter his heavy. Okay, so we're calling this the Crucible, but really it's just the first Crucible. A Crucible is like the back issues. It's a new type of quest. But this one is the Reunion Crucible, technically. I believe that's the name of it, right? So you can only bring one champ to your team, and you have to swap them every single fight. So you don't start here, but let's just say this is where you are. You fight this Eye-Hulk, and before you can get to CGR, you have to go through this portal and swap out your champ and keep going, you know? So it requires a larger roster rather than just steamrolling it with 1 or few champions. It's really cool. Stealth Ghost with the book, thank you very much, saying, hey BG, are the champ switchers in the Crucible the ones that bring your champs to full health? They are, yes. Which I think is also really cool. I'm excited that they do bring your champ to full health, because I do think it opens the door to some of the other things I was talking about, where, hey, maybe you don't need to lock out the rank up resources based on like an item maximum or something, but having like an item limit for a cosmetic reward I think would be cool, and making it so difficult that you know, it realistically couldn't be done today outside of maybe, you know, MSD or the few others that are crazy enough to, you know, go into Necropolis and do that without using items. But just as time goes on, it's like you elevate your roster, you can go back and get stuff like that. I think that'd be cool. We're still not seeing anything like that, but I think in the future it could be. Yo, quality life change by doing multiple quests at the same time. Yeah, that's part of it too. You can actually do that quest along with another quest, which is great. The road to Necropolis was a nice change of pace. Everyone working towards a common goal of losing a lot of fights. Yeah. Kabam, they announced their like new event quest system. Part of the reason why they're overhauling it is so they can do more events like that and have it tracked in game. Again, another really cool change. Do all these suck too? Yeah, I don't really need any of these. Technically, this is probably the best. Armor up ability accuracy and duration. Just getting more like buffs from Buffcorn. And even just helping Angie a little bit too. Take it. Again, I'm saying I want Kabam to add like something that feels threatening in the game, but I do think everything they're doing is good. For the most part. I shouldn't say completely everything, but the vast majority of things that Kabam has been working on over the last, you know, couple years, I really like. From like a systems perspective. I still really dislike some of the defenders they added. But, you know. Okay, Ms. Moonstar. Let's go. If you're stuck / low on revives, bam, go farm without ending the quest. Such a win. That is nice. I will say that was always technically possible with the arena, but yeah. Being able to do the Apothecary as well and all. It's good. This gonna kill? Yep. That prowess is quite nice. I'd also love to see Kabam reward roster diversity a bit more as well, particularly in a Battlegrounds. Kind of sick of seeing the same 60-odd champs in every top tier deck. Yeah. It does change from time to time with the different seasonal nodes and stuff, but I understand where you're coming from with that as well. What do you think going forward after 7 stars when it comes to improving champs? Like, do you mean when Kabam does get to 8 stars? Or what do you mean exactly? Uh-oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. You know what? Let's... Oh, no! Okay. I was gonna say, let's just really go nuts. Oh, no! My immortality is already gone. I need you to throw it. I'm about to lose my champ. I need you to throw it again. No, I knew I was too early on that. Oh, my God. Her special one is not that hard to dex. I just choked under the pressure. Ah, jeez. It's alright. We'll get him back up. If you were talking about like 8 stars or something for improving jam, I mean, I think what Kabam did for 7 stars was great. I don't know what else they could do. There's always more things that could be done, but I don't know what they could do that would be something that a lot of players would really get behind. Because, hey, technically they never did add an item system, right? Relics, not really items exactly. I don't think they would do that again, though. Little Bane action here, huh? Okay. Is E steroids like E cigs or something? Eh? E steroids. What the heck is that? Also, why is she unblockable? Please. No! Oh my god. Oh no, I'm so dumb. And now I'm really dumb. Guys, I kid you not. As my thumb is going towards the special button, in just that, like, the milliseconds that it takes, you know? The 0.1 second of moving my thumb towards the special button. In that time, my brain's like, oh, wait a minute, this is gonna be bad. And then I press it, and then I instantly drop dead. Oh, God. Alright. Well, this is not good. I need to get through this fight with Odin here. Let's actually read. So, stun immunity. Combat deja vu. That's where the unblockable is coming from. Whenever the attacker lands the same type of basic attack twice in a row. I'm gonna have to do that probably, though. This is scary. I might die here. We'll see. Let's try it. Come on, Odin. Let's go, Odin. No. Dude, I tried to dash. No. Oh my god. Come on, come on. Alright, we're in the clear. Botched that one a bit, but it's okay. We made it. Let's continue. There was no revive in this room, right? Is 12 a revive room? Let's hope. Oh, let's hope. Ooh, crit damage rating. Beautiful. Really can't complain about the quality of my hacks. There was like a 1 or 2 that I didn't love picking up, but holy hell. Hacks are so good. By the way, I really think incursions, this mode, they put so much work into it. And I still feel like if they adjusted it in some other ways, this place would be amazing. But I don't know. I guess the way that they rolled it out both times, both in dungeon form, and then when they rolled out incursions, maybe both times they were just like, you know, players like it only enough, or like, I don't know, but it's just not in their like time budget to do more with incursions, it seems. But anyway. Let me see here. Pierston, thank you for the 2, saying Kindred Sig 20, Wolf, Kushala, Maw Sig 20 for rank 2. Okay, this is a poll, I take it. Let's do the poll. Ooh, to rank 2. So we've got Yeah, okay. So Kindred's the one with Sig 20, right? Because you put Maw at the end and Sig's after him. So Kindred and Maw are Sig 20. Wolf and Kushala seem to be unduped. Poll is live. Let's see what the people think. Ethan Timms, thank you very much for the 8 Australian bucks. Saying the problem with Battlegrounds I see people making is that even with season nodes, it's like maybe 10 changes to the deck and the other 20 remain the same. Yeah, well, part of that is just the rank up limitations of this game. I think as time goes on, people will be able to... Well, no, it's not even true. I was going to say people will be able to swap their champs around more, but that's probably not the case because the top end of our roster is always going to have those limitations. If it was like limited to 6 stars or something, that would be true where people would change probably 2/3 of the deck rather than 1/3 of the deck or something. But yeah, that's the nature of the beast. In some ways, it's cool because when you do go up against a roster that's like, whoa, this person's made some really interesting rank up choices. I don't know, it kind of stands out. So it's kind of cool. For the most, I mean, I do get it though. Fighting the same champs over and over can get tiring. But for the most part, I still think they nailed it with Battlegrounds. It's the other areas of the game I would say need more work for sure. Ethan, thank you very much for the 8. The fact that you have to throw 12 special ones to build Enchantress to optimal performance is discouraging since Battlegrounds and War are the main gameplay loop at the moment. I just went back and read an old message from you. I don't know that you need to do all that. In the deep dive, I think Mike was saying, I mean, who knows, this might just be for the deep dive sake, but in the deep dive video at least, it seemed like you don't necessarily have to max out your damage. The same way that, like, you don't have to build Sunspot to crazy levels, even though you could, depending on the content. Maybe it's like that, maybe it's not. Stealth Ghost, thank you for the buck as well, saying, hey, BG, I'm going to be leaving to go on a mission for 2 years at the end of the month. Okay. Will not be playing MCOC during that time. What do you think it will be like coming back in 2 years? I think MCOC 2 will be out. No, I'm just kidding. MCOC 2 came out a long time ago. That was 12.0. No, I think it'll feel like a brand new game. It won't actually be MCOC 2, but I say this all the time. This game, it can sometimes feel like nothing changes in the game, but that's just because we play it, you know, every day or almost every day. And in reality, the amount that changes over the span of a year or two could be a lot. You know, think about the last 2 years in this game. What has changed? So much. So yeah, who knows what it'll feel like, but I imagine it'll feel like a new game for you at least. All right, as far as this poll goes, 46% of people voted Kushala, 28% Wolf, 20% Kindred, and 10% Maw. I too would be more inclined to go with Kushala or Wolf. I would maybe go Wolf. I don't have much experience with either of them, but I don't know. Wolf just seems cool because he's a wolf. So I would probably end up going Wolf, but I can't comment that much other than it probably would be one of those top 2 for me as well. All right, let's get back to Herc here. Hopefully we can heal up pretty good. Let's try to... Oh, nice. We already got some healing. She can heal block. Okay. You know, I was trying to play defensively to heal up, and it turns out I still lost 2% health. So, that's neat. PG, if you could, I appreciate a poll on who to get buffed, Doctor Strange, OG Cap, or Cyclops. We did that poll yesterday, actually. The two champs that had the highest votes by far were Doctor Strange and Cyclops. Doctor Strange did, win in the end. But who knows what that'll look like as the entire player base votes, or whoever has Instagram votes at least. Because I don't, so... That's nice. Oh, man. They said they fixed the load times, right? I think so. I said a battleground fight start at 120. I'm used to 140 and even 136 at times. I really don't know why the delay has gotten so long. Whoa. I haven't heard of anyone having that bad of a delay since the update they did. Dang. That stinks. By the way, I saw a hashtag something raid, total effing loser, whatever raid. I was waiting to see if Abdo came in because I'm assuming that's Abdo, but maybe it was someone else. I don't know. Cord, thank you very much for the 2, saying check X when you get the chance. Just tagged you. Okay. Cord, do you have a different name on Twitter? I don't think I see you here. Hit refresh. Yeah. I got nothing here. Let me know. And then we'll go take a look. I'm in Hawaii, so I could actually catch stream now. Good to see you, BG. Dude, Hawaii, huh? That's awesome. Always wanted to go there. Have a great time there, dude. Seems like a cool place. But that's also cool that you're able to be in here live. Alright, let me dex you a few times here, pal. I mean, this guy is going to be a little tanky, so you know what? Let's do the build-up thing. It should be good. Let's beta heavy. Bingo. Took my old name back, thought it'd make things easier. Yo, the real deal is back. Core, did you ever say? Yeah, let me know. Alright, I don't want to go left. I guess I'm going to go middle. True strike, power removal. Alright. Go that way. Changed my name to Core. It was the weird looking 13. Let me see. Aha, okay. Let's see, 1.4 million damage with Vox. This is about to be some insane damage. It's... never mind, it was already happening. I was waiting for like a big hit, and then I realized that degen is ticking for like 40k plus. Now it's like 60k or something. Good lord. That's pretty insane. This is a 25-second clip. It was all that damage in that time. Jesus. That's a lot of damage. That's a hell of a lot of damage. I still never played that champ. Y'all let Abdo troll you like that? He specifically said that he won't be coming over too. Oh, so there was a raid, just not with Abido. GG, who's your least favorite champ to fight against? Right now it's Bullseye. I don't know why I'm building up. The damage is going to be capped against this guy. Let's just bait the special one. Cool. Damage with the armor break wasn't capped, I guess. Okay, it looks like I got some healing on Herc as well. That's good. I gotta get some healing on Angie too. A long stun. Dude, I thought I was early on that first hit. I thought I was about to get blasted by another storm. Sheesh, man. Okay. Let me see. PG, what are your thoughts on a special incursion game mode where you can save all hacks from one of your runs and then use it to do a special quest? I don't know. That quest would have to be insane. Otherwise, it would just be a complete steamroll. So, like, it'd have to be a pretty tough thing. Let's try to... Should I try to heal here? Nah, I'll just wait till I get a healing hack. Or whatever. I'm tired of being eaten by bears. Oh, God, tell me about it, Maximus. Me too, buddy. Me too. Maximus, did you see the Drumeo? They brought back Chad Smith. Or I guess it was from when he was still there. They just didn't release it. And it was still really good, just like the first one was. No dexing in Rust. Well, maybe it's time to learn how to dex. You won't get eaten by so many bears. It could be the unbeatable quest, unbeatable without hacks. Maybe. Like, honestly, so I think unbeatable doesn't necessarily mean to like need to be unbeatable forever. As a matter of fact, it would never be unbeatable forever. And what could be done is, yeah, maybe you would have to do some wild thing, like play some other area of the game, and that unlocks something else for you to, you know, carry over into the other area. So, like, let's take your example of incursions, right? And let's say you didn't quite carry over all of your buffs, but you carried something over from it. And then that allowed you to try and like push in this other area of the game. But maybe you don't quite know what you're going to come up against in that area, which I don't even know how Kabam would hide because stuff just gets data mined, unfortunately. But if it was some sort of tricky thing like that where, hey, maybe you weren't able to complete it on your first try, now you got to come back to the incursions and, like, you know, get set up again to try again. People would find it too frustrating, I'm sure. But I don't know, man. I just want to see some content come out that doesn't get beaten on day one. Probably isn't the best approach what I described, but I'm just saying, yeah, theoretically there could be something there. Okay. Let's heal up. Give it to Angie. A key system in multiple quests. Great idea. Yeah, 5.3. Just add that. The opponent would need like 500 million HP, so it doesn't get completely one-shot by strategic movement. Hey, 500 million might not be enough. And by might not be enough, I mean, yeah, that's one-shottable for sure. Well, technically 10-shottable, but still. They'd have to nerf strategic movement. I'm honestly surprised strategic movement has never been nerfed. It's so stupidly strong. Like to find the ultimate treasure, a sacred sword, Excalibur plus Herc. Yeah, kind of. So it's kind of like in a Zelda game. You just straight up can't get into certain dungeons when you first play the game, right? That doesn't mean those dungeons are impossible. It just means you haven't found the way yet. But the thing is, all that stuff takes a lot of time to develop. And it's like, okay, so if it doesn't get beaten on day 1, it gets beaten in 5 days. And it took, you know, 3 times as long to develop. Is that a win for Kabam? No. I think it'd be cool, though. Oh, God. I should have just hit him with a regular attack. Ugh, messed up, you guys. It's fine, but yeah, definitely messed up. I don't mind content being frustrating. I mind temporary content being almost exclusively frustrating. That's true, yeah. Temporary content should totally have different expectations to it, where it's not too overly challenging or frustrating, for sure. All right, we got a regen buff again, dude. Getting lucky with these. Ugh, I just realized. No, yeah, that's what I realized. I couldn't go immortal because of the stagger on me. That stinks. Let's use Angie. Oh, the one eye open node. Oh no, I forgot. Don't hit when. Oh no. And now I can't even gain my buffs. Please just miraculously do enough damage. Alright. Moving on, but jeez. Good old incursions. It's totally on me. Wasn't paying attention. Was lured into a false sense of security by everything being really easy until it was immediately not, and then I was just hit in the face with a brick of my own doing. Dang. Dang. Okay, well, here's the thing, you guys. We're at the halfway point. Maybe we leave the rest of this for tomorrow. And if I die early, well then tomorrow is mostly Battlegrounds. But I think this would be good to leave for tomorrow. It's a good spot. Nice, comfortable place. With all of my champs alive, totally. Yeah. Haven't you played like PUBG or something? It's too much addictive plus fun. I've actually never played PUBG. I wanted to with Joel, but he wanted to play Fortnite, and I didn't want to play Fortnite. This is when those games were still new, or like in beta or whatever. But I've never played. I mean, I'm familiar with it though. Yeah, of course. I'm never that into shooter games. The equivalent for me would be Dota, where yeah, it's like a 30-minute to 1 hour match, and yeah, you just keep queuing because it's really fun. What up, Red Dog? Just in time. Just in time to see the stream wrap up, probably. Fortnite is fun with my kid, I'm sure. I mean, I looked away. Did he Dex War Machine Special 1 again? No. I did other stupid things. I think any game is fun with the right people. And I'm not a parent. But if I was, I'm sure whatever game my kid wanted to play, I'm sure that would just be the most fun game. Man, what's fun, games are good like that, right? Because I feel like I could have fun playing just about any game. But when it comes to like a TV show or something, I would go completely insane with like the kid shows that people just run like 24/7. Dude, I'd want to take my bald cap off and rip my hair out. But a game, on the other hand, dude, name the game, I'm in. Anyways, Sir Dumbhooven, thank you very much for the bucks. And last, if you could, we love your onions. Okay, let me see. Is it this one? Okay, I think it's this one. I'd also love completing content with certain champs to have an ongoing benefit for that champ. I.e., you can ascend a champ by using them to one-shot a boss or something, or you get a champion-specific ISO. Yeah, so two quick examples of that I also think would be cool. When Incursions first came out, my critique of it was, hey, or not critique, but my request, I should say, is, hey, it would be cool if we were encouraged to play other champs here and gain experience the same way that you do in other games when you're like an RPG, like a standard RPG, or even, let's just say Pokemon, right? Because there's such a good comparison to MCOC, it feels like. When you play with Pikachu gets stronger, right? I wish it was that way in Incursions. There was an opportunity for that with like, SIG levels, but I think Kabam wanted to, I pitched that idea to Kabam many times, but ultimately they said no. They didn't say exactly why no, but I just assumed because they didn't have that in like the reward budget, and they needed to make sure that stuff was still valuable for sales. Again, just a guess. But I think that'd be cool. Or even if there was another way to gain experience for characters, even if it was like purely a cosmetic thing where it was like kind of like the friendship levels, right? If it was just incursion levels for champions, I think it'd be cool. It'd be better if they, could do something a little bit more with it, but even basic things like that would be nice. The other example that I was going to give for something like what you're describing, Sir Dumbhooven, is I always go back to Squirrel Girl for it. So I kind of think of it as an account-wide synergy is what I called it in the past, where these synergies, of course, they have always, well, maybe not when the game first came out, but they've pretty much always existed in this game. And we know what they do, we know how they work, but you can't always put these champs on a team together, and certain quests, more and more these days, you can only bring one champion to. And as much as I love the idea of the Crucible and I'm looking forward to it, here's another example of synergies not allowed. So it's like this entire area of the game that just is irrelevant. But if there was a global synergy kind of system where maybe you unlock that by playing Squirrel Girl in some way, maybe it's a time-based thing, maybe it's an incursion level thing, maybe it's a It's just a rank up thing where if you ranked up Squirrel Girl enough, she would have like a growing global synergy. And it would be unique to that champ. You know, not every champ would have global synergies, but over time, more and more could be added. And for Squirrel Girl here, since she is all about bleed damage, maybe she has like a small global boost to your bleed damage. And that could be another reason to want to rank up some of the more obscure champs in the game. Or play them again, because I think unlocking abilities like that is even better rather than just ranking up. But like a relic, no, nothing like a relic. A relic just goes on one character. What I'm saying is this would affect every single one of your champs. If you had a global synergy, it would sit right in this spot too, but just be like, I don't know, have like a different color for the icon just to signify it's global, and then it would say it in the text. But then it would also just say all of your champions bleed damage is increased by 10% or whatever. I think that would be cool too. Just more reason to kind of push more things in the game up. It's tough because that stuff can get out of control in a couple ways too. Number one, it creates a larger barrier of entry for players, sort of. At least if they're playing on a competitive way. If you're trying to be like the most competitive, it's just more things that you'd have to do in order to sort of catch up to that competition. The second thing is that that's just another level of power creep where some champs are already so strong. You really want to add more bleed damage to Venom or something like that. Maybe it would have to have some restrictions. Maybe it would be a class-based restriction, so bleed damage for skill champs. But even then, Black Cat, does she really need more bleed damage, you know? So then, like, how does Kabam balance it? That'd be the other thing is how much development time is eaten up by stuff like that. I don't know. So it'd be cool, but of course it comes with a bunch of downsides. And would it actually be good for the game? I don't know. Hard to say. Synergies don't really matter now because main content is Battlegrounds now or Necropolis, which can be done by only some specific champ. Well, Necropolis makes like you could really take advantage of some very powerful synergies in Necropolis. One of the strongest synergies in the game was one that a lot of people used, like Chavez. But otherwise, I agree. And that's the point, is that most of this game doesn't utilize synergies anymore. All the Winter of Pain, Winter of Woe, whatever, all that stuff, no synergies. Crucible, no synergies. Battlegrounds, no synergies. Teams have become smaller in some ways. Raids, no synergies. Anyway, you guys, it's late. It's time for me to go. We talk more about this stuff tomorrow. I think a lot of the stuff that I would love to see added to the game, it doesn't have to be what I want for it to be good. As a matter of fact, Kabam could come up with better stuff. For me specifically. I'm saying this in a bad way, but what I mean is, like, they need to create stuff for everybody. But even in creating stuff for everybody, it could still be better for, like, me as an individual or you as an individual or whatever. So I'm excited to see what they come up with, because clearly with the Crucible and champs like Enchantress, they're not really stopping trying to, innovate different things in this game. And I'm just excited to see what they come up with, because I do think it'll make the game better. Hashtag screw the people, it's all about Brian. Oh my god. Okay, anyway. There's no way you can keep track of the synergies in someone's Battleground deck. Your game knowledge would have to be insane. Yeah, it really would be. That would not be fun. Would not like that. All right. Before I go, shout out to Philly Fox for being tonight's biggest D. Philly Fox. 2 thumbs up. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone else as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like daily rank up thing, BG? Ugh. I'm going to go to the web store as soon as I turn the stream off. The daily rank up thing, I'll probably claim that too. Because I am going to rank up some champs now. Alright, anyway. Night, everybody.